Fellow Americans, my name is Vijay Chokalingam. I'm here to tell you how I exploited race-based affirmative action policies to gain admission to medical school. In the summer of 1998, before my senior year at the University of Chicago, I was at my parents' house in Massachusetts watching TV with my sister when I had an epiphany. Here is what happened. Check out those dance moves. I can't believe Dad subscribed to this channel. Hey, that's Sonali Bendre. She's so sexy. When did she start doing Tamil movies?
This is an item song, and the movie is 3 years old.
Mindy, why do you have to be such a know-it-all? Whatever. Hey, how was your first year at Dartmouth?
Not bad. What about you? It looks like you'll never get into med school now, because of all your frat boy partying.
Shut up, Mindy.
What is your GPA and MCAT score?
If I can survive one more year, I will graduate with a GPA no higher than 3.1. My MCAT score was a 31, above the average but still mediocre.
Like I said, you can forget about med school. Nobody will take you now.
My Indian buddy with much better grades was rejected from every med school he applied to. This is affirmative action gone haywire. They're admitting less qualified Black and Hispanic applicants while discriminating against Asians and whites.
Vijay, don't be so overdramatic.
Another fairness green ad. They shouldn't call it fair and lovely, they should call it dumb and dumber. These numbskulls in India would smear cow dung on their faces if it could make their skin lighter. Heck, I'm darker than most blacks in America and I would never try to lighten my skin. Yes, why didn't I think of it before? I will get into med school by claiming to be black. Med schools accept black applicants with lower scores compared to Asians.
No, that can't be true. And how will you convince an admissions committee that you're black?
Simple. I'll shave my head. Then I will look like a black guy.
No, you will look like an Indian guy with a shaved head, because of your big Indian eyebrows.
Fine, I'll trim my eyebrows also.
While you're at it, you might want to shade your chest as well. Black guys don't have a forest of chest hair like Indian guys do.
Anything else?
Vijay is obviously an Indian name.
Then I'll go by my middle name, Jojo.
Indians in the med schools will recognize Chokalingam as a Tamil name.
Mom once said I should start spelling my name as Chokal-Ingam, so that people will someday call me Dr. Ingam.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. You are a total loser, Vijay. Do you know that?
Mindy, I will succeed. Trust me. So I shaved my head and applied to 26 medical schools, selecting black as my race. I was invited for interviews at 11 schools. I did have one very negative experience at Case Western Reserve University in Cleveland. Ma'am, I have a 2 o'clock interview with Dr. Davis.
Hello, Mr. Ingram. Yes, Dr. Davis was expecting you. She has a message for you. She says depart from the premises at once. There will be no interview.
What? I don't understand.
You know very well, Mr. Chokalingam. Did you think there were no Indians in our admissions office? We are on to your scheme. You are an Indian American falsely claiming to be an African American.
No, I'm a black man.
You were trying to steal a seat from a deserving underrepresented minority. Have you no shame? Leave this instant, Jojo, if that's even your real name.
Ma'am, you cannot deny that I'm darker than many Americans of African descent. There is no country called Blackistan where all black people come from. Anyway, I was admitted to the St. Louis University School of Medicine. I was a quote-unquote affirmative action candidate even though I come from an affluent family. This proves that I was admitted, in spite of my poor grades, solely on basis of the race that I identified with. But after 2 years I made a very important decision. I don't really feel like becoming a doctor anymore. I'm dropping out. Ironically, my sister now plays a doctor on TV. I eventually completed business school, gaining admission to UCLA where I identified as Asian American in my application. I have no problem with affirmative action policies assisting the economically disadvantaged, but race-based affirmative action is wrong. Please purchase my new book, Almost Black, the true story of how I got into medical school by pretending to be black. My sister's pissed at me for writing it, but who cares what she thinks?